Hi and welcome, John Morris Show on a Thursday, not in the TFNB studios this morning. Garrett is away. He is actually taking a couple of days of spring break with his kids and his family, so good for him, and more power to him. Happy for that. There's some people in the athletic department at Baylor that are enjoying some spring break time with families this week, and that is great because the games never stop, really, and it's hard to find time sometimes to take time away. I got to tell you, I'm not spending much time in the office this week, so home this morning. This is the home office. A look inside here in on Ranch Gate in McGregor is where Terry and I are. I told Terry at one point, come and stick your head in here and let's get you on camera, and she said, absolutely not. But maybe she will. We'll talk her into it. But glad you're with us. Brandon McGinnis behind the scenes making things work. Welcome into the John Morris Show, presented by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank Central Texas. Coming up a little later in the hour, we'll check in Fayetteville, Arkansas. We'll visit with Michael Ford, Baylor's track and field coach. He is there. He's got three of his top student athletes competing in the NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships beginning tomorrow. It's tomorrow and Saturday at that indoor track in Fayetteville. More often than not, they host the National Indoors. Great facility there. Great history of the track program in Arkansas going back to their Southwest Conference days. But we'll check in with Coach Michael Ford coming up in just a bit. But let's start in Kansas City, where the Big 12 basketball tournament continues. I thought coming home, I thought tournament's over for Baylor. I don't even care anymore. And then half a day later, I'm finding a game to watch or listen to. And I listened to the majority of the Cincinnati UCF game yesterday. Brandon, you'll be proud. I was outside working, putting a new lamp on our mailbox. So beautiful weather here in Central Texas yesterday. It's dropped about 20 degrees today. But outside doing that and listening to those guys, Dan Horde and Terry Nelson, the Cincinnati broadcast. Nothing against Mark Daniels, the UCF broadcast, but that's the one I landed on. And what a game, down to the wire, and I think a costly loss for Cincinnati yesterday as they lose by 1 to UCF and may have seen their NCAA tournament hopes disappear with that loss. The final score was 66-65 in overtime. Cincinnati had a shot at they had the last possession in regulation and really didn't get up a good shot. It was, I want to say 2 seconds, 2+ seconds, maybe under 2 seconds. It should be enough time to get the ball inbounds and get up a decent shot, but they did not. And then it goes to overtime, and then UCF continued their upward climb, and they win by 1 over Cincinnati. So UCF with the win, I think solidifies their spot, NCAA tournament spot. I don't think they're a lock. Last I saw or heard, they were one of the last 4 in automatic bids, but helped themselves certainly by winning that game. And I think Cincinnati really had to win that game to have a chance to get an NCAA tournament berth this year, and they didn't do it. So I'm afraid their season came to an end. The Cincinnati guys, Terry Nelson in particular, their color analyst and Dan Horde were saying that's the end of the season. Their NCAA tournament hopes are done. So they didn't even say, well, there's a possibility, we'll find out Sunday. They were saying they are done. So that was one of the games. That was the mid-afternoon game yesterday, first game of the day yesterday, which is where Baylor would have been had Baylor beaten Arizona State. Arizona State got 5th seed Iowa State, and the net result was the largest margin of victory in Big 12 tournament history. And it wasn't Arizona State that won the game. Iowa State won that game 91-42. They win by 49 points to eliminate the Sun Devils. And it was just a kind of what you would have expected. I wish Baylor had been in that game, wish Baylor had had a shot at Iowa State. But I said this earlier in the week, Iowa State fans, they turn out. It is Hilton Coliseum South there at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City, and it was like a home game. Again, listening to part of that game yesterday morning, it sounded like a home game for Iowa State, and they played like it. 91-42 was the final score. Ends the season for Arizona State, the team that eliminated Baylor. And then shortly after the game, the official announcement came that Bobby Hurley was out as head coach at Arizona State. It had been sort of a foregone conclusion, nothing announced by the school. Technically not a firing because his contract expires June 30th, so his contract just won't be renewed, but same net result there. Bobby Hurley had been there 11 years at Arizona State, 3 NCAA tournaments, and he is out. His final season, they finish, 17-16 in his final season. Again, the official announcement came yesterday. Bobby Hurley out as the head basketball coach at Arizona State. So that's 2 Big 12 schools now that are in search in the market for new head coaches, Arizona State and, of course, Kansas State, where Jerome Tang was let go a few weeks ago, 2 days before Baylor played in Manhattan. So those 2 are looking for head coaching jobs. Would Cincinnati make a change? Would they move on from Wes Miller? I don't advocate anyone losing their job, but there's some speculation there that Cincinnati may be a 3rd Big 12 school that may make a coaching change this offseason. The other 2 games were last night. BYU, the 10th seed, knocked off 7th seed West Virginia. 68-48 was the final score. There's Rob Wright with a drive to the bucket for 2, and BYU, after they lost Richie Saunders, it took them a few games to get their sea legs back, to find out, to redefine themselves without Richie Saunders. And they lost, I think, 3 games in there right after he went out. And I think they found themselves again. They beat Texas Tech to end the regular season. That's a big win. Now they beat West Virginia by 20, their opening game of the Big 12 tournament. And BYU, the 10th seed, is advancing. That's an upset going by the seeds. BYU, the 10, West Virginia, the 7, and a 20-point win for the BYU Cougars. So BYU advances. And the nightcap last night, really good game. Oklahoma State led for the majority of the game, and TCU came back late and won it. 95-88 was the final score. A lot of points in that one. TCU, the number 6 seed, knocked off 14 seed Oklahoma State. Game effort by the Cowboys and Steve Lutz, but TCU in the end really shows, yes, we are an NCAA tournament team. And I think they are. I don't think there's any question about TCU being in the tournament, especially after that win last night. Again, high scoring, 95-88 over Oklahoma State last night. So now here's the schedule for today. Move into the quarterfinals today in Kansas City. Yesterday's winners obviously advance. The top 4 seeds swing into action after double byes. First game of the day is 11:30 this morning. This could be all 4 of these games could be real. Maybe 3 of the 4. Could be really good games today. 11:30, it's 5th seed Iowa State versus number 4 seed Texas Tech. How about that? 11:30, it's on ESPN to begin the day from Kansas City. Second game of the day, 2 p.m., top seed and regular season champ Arizona, ranked number 2 in the nation in the final preseason poll. They get 8 seed UCF. So you never know, but I would think Arizona is, I think they're the team to beat in this tournament, and UCF could pull off the upset there. That is a 2 p.m. tip-off, also on ESPN today. So back-to-back games on ESPN for the Big 12. The night session begins at 6 p.m., 10th seed BYU versus number 2 seed Houston. Don't go by the seeds in this game. BYU, had the slump, I think have righted the ship, and much better than a 10 seed or what you would think of as a 10 seed. And that could be a great game. BYU versus Houston. That comes up at 6 p.m. this evening. That is on ESPN2. Then the nightcap tonight, 8:30 or thereabouts. 6 seed TCU takes on number 3 seed Kansas. That'll be on ESPN2 tonight as well, and that could be a really good matchup. You can imagine the home court advantage on the neutral site there of the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City for the Jayhawks tonight. So they will be out. What happens is fans are there from all the schools, and then as your team is eliminated, you go outside, and there are scalpers that are saying, got tickets? Got tickets? You want to sell your tickets? I mean, they look at, if you're wearing Baylor gear, they're coming up to you. Got tickets? You want to sell? And then other teams, as they are eliminated, they do the same. And the Kansas fans are smart enough to know that, and so they will scarf up any and all tickets the scalpers have outside the T-Mobile Center. That's the nightcap, TCU and Kansas, that comes up this evening at 8:30. So big day of basketball in Kansas City. Wish the Bears were there being a part of it, but been home since Tuesday. And but the great games continue. And this league, I think everybody, let me think this through. I think everybody that's playing today is pretty much or is a lock for the NCAA tournament. Yeah, I think that's right. That's 8 teams today, and I think these are the 8 that that are in the NCAA tournament. Now, West Virginia got beat yesterday. I still think they're in the tournament. Would it be an either or, West Virginia or UCF, or could the Big 12 get 9 teams in? I think very deserving. This league, the best league, the commissioner says this is the second best league in the country behind the NBA, and nobody argues with that this year. So I think the 8 teams playing today are safely in the tournament field. And then West Virginia, I think has a very good, they're 9-9 in conference over the regular season. They did lose their tournament opener, but to a good BYU team. So maybe 9 from the Big 12. Cincinnati, I think, will be on the outside looking in. All right, so that's the Big 12 tournament from Kansas City as we watch from afar. Great games today. Doubleheader on ESPN beginning at 11:30. Doubleheader on ESPN2 beginning at 6 p.m. this evening. All right, we're off and running on this Thursday morning from the home office this morning. Thanks to Brandon McGinnis, our producer behind the scenes. Thanks to you for tuning in. John Morris Show, presented by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank, Central Texas. The Brazos Landing, you know where they are. Great location right across the river from Foster Pavilion, right across the interstate from McLean Stadium. Beautiful river views this time of year. Really nice. Sit on that outside deck, maybe the porch that is coming. Watch for details on the porch. But then the outside deck, they'll open the big garage doors, and today should be a beautiful day to possibly sit out there. Rest of the week's going to be really, really nice weather-wise here in Central Texas. And they've got the menu to go along with it, a great menu, the $12 lunch menu, always available, open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. on the web, thebrazoslanding.com. Check it out. You'll thank me later. Go to the Brazos Landing and see what they have to offer. The Brazos Landing, we appreciate Becky and Claude Lindsay and their partnership with us. Take a break. Back with more in just a moment. John Morris Show will continue right after this.
Hey, it's Zach Gelb. We're talking NFL and college football. Plus, we have some of the biggest interviews in sports media. You got to check out the Zach Gelb Show right here on 365 Sports, weekdays, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 to 3 p.m. Central. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/@ZachGelbShow.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Are you looking for top-shelf sports talk about the West Virginia Mountaineers, where you can get objective analysis, but with the passion of a fan? Well, look no further than right here at Couz's Corner. I am Justin Couz Walker, the host of Couz's Corner, and you can find my show on demand over at YouTube. Most shows are uploaded by 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also check out my live post-game reaction shows. My special guest interviews, you can find it all on YouTube at Couz's Corner. Go check it out.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. And welcome back, John Morris Show from the home office this morning. Glad you are with us. Brought to you every day by the Brazos Landing and Alliance Bank Central Texas. Alliance Bank Central Texas, your Central Texas business bank, voted by Forbes 2025 Best in State Banks. Alliance Bank Central Texas values their relationships with their customers and their communities. 7 convenient locations around Central Texas and on the web, alliancebanktexas.com. We're also brought to you by Tow King. Tow King is here to help the next time you're stuck on the road. A locally owned and family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance. With highly trained operators, Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. And just scanning the NCAA net rankings during the break, West Virginia is further down than I thought they were in the net. They're number 60 in the net. And even though they finished 9-9 in Big 12 play, and historically, if you finished 500 or better in this league, you were going to play in the NCAA tournament. But it might not happen for West Virginia with a 60 net ranking, 5-9 in quad 1 wins. So they may be on the outside looking in when the announcement comes on Sunday. Baylor, by the way, a 51 net ranking, one behind UCF, which is 50. I think UCF will be in the tournament. As we said, the 4 or the 8 quarterfinalists playing today in Kansas City. I think all 8 of those teams are in the tournament, and UCF is one of those. But that would mean that Baylor at 51 and West Virginia at 60 would be the next 2 highest net ranked teams from the league to not make the NCAA tournament, and that means those 2 would be get automatic bids to the Crown tournament. First weekend in April in Las Vegas. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. But as of right now, I mean, if Selection Sunday was right now, it's Thursday. But if this was Selection Day, Baylor would get one of the automatic bids from the Big 12 into the Crown tournament. It would be Baylor and West Virginia. This is a good tool if you're interested. It's available to the public. Go to ncaa.com and you can see all the net rankings. They're right there for everybody to see. The net rankings, quad 1 record, quad 2, quad 3, quad 4 for all the schools. So it's available. Go to ncaa.com and you can find that. Top teams are the ones you'd imagine. Duke 1, Michigan 2, Arizona is 3 in the net rankings. Florida is 4. Those are going to be the top 4 seeds come Sunday. Illinois is 5, Gonzaga is 6, Houston is 7, Iowa State is 8. So the Big 12 with 3 of the top 8. From there, UConn is 9, Purdue is 10, Michigan State 11, Nebraska is 12, Virginia 13, Louisville 14. Louisville team Baylor played in February in non-conference, and Texas Tech is 15. So the Big 12 has 4 of the top 15 teams in the net rankings. Think about that, and the argument for the Big 12 getting more than 8 schools in would be, look at the SEC if you want to compare. The SEC in the top 15, I mean, Big 12 has 4 of the top 15. The SEC has Florida at 4. Looking, searching, and that's it. They've got 1 of the top 15 in the net rankings, and they may get 10 or 11 teams in the tournament. So Big 12 probably doesn't deserve that many, but maybe more than 8. Maybe that could sneak West Virginia in there. And then just beyond that, Vanderbilt, big SEC, is 16. Alabama, SEC, is 17. Arkansas, SEC, is 18. Kansas, Big 12, is 19 in the net rankings. And Tennessee, SEC, is 20. So there's a string of SEC schools there right at and right out of the top 16. So just by comparison's sake, Big 12, SEC shows you where the Big 12 stacks up very favorably with any and all conferences in the country. Again, only wish Baylor was a part of that discussion a little bit more this year. All right, a couple of other notes to mention to you. Baylor softball, they're on that Florida swing this week. They played and beat Stetson last night. 9-1 was the final score. They now open a series tomorrow at 5 in Orlando against UCF. 3-game Big 12 series against the Knights. They'll play at 5 o'clock tomorrow Central Time, 3 o'clock Saturday, and then 11 a.m. on Sunday for that 3-game Big 12 series for Baylor softball, off to a 3-0 start in league play, having swept Iowa State last weekend in Waco. And Baylor baseball set to open their conference schedule this weekend at home against West Virginia. Be a big weekend. Weather looks like it'll be spectacular. So those who aren't away for spring break, if you're looking for something to do, maybe head out to Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark, support the Bears against the West Virginia Mountaineers. Big series, 6:30 on Friday, 2 p.m. on Saturday, 11 a.m. on Sunday. The earlier start on Sunday, not normal. Normally would be a 1 p.m. start on Sunday to get all of us, the church crowd there. But for travel for West Virginia, they've agreed to start at 11 a.m. on Sunday. So that's a big series for Baylor. Baseball will have media with the team coming up today, and then the series begins tomorrow evening, 6:30 at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. Also this weekend, big is Baylor track and field. 3 runners are at, or 3 student athletes are at the NCAA Indoor Championships. That is Friday and Saturday in Fayetteville, Arkansas. It is Molly Haywood from pole vault, Big 12 champion Molly Haywood. It is Demario Prince, who has qualified in the 60-meter hurdles. And it is Tyria Kelly, who is qualified in the 200. Tyria and Demario, for much of the indoor season, it was Tyria and Molly, much of the indoor season, were number 1 in the nation in their respective events. And here they are, have a chance to win an NCAA indoor championship this weekend. So we'll talk about all of that with Michael Ford, Baylor track and field coach. He'll join us after a break. Tyria certainly motivated as she missed the Big 12 indoor championships 2 weeks ago. An awful timing to get sick with the flu or food poisoning or something out there in Lubbock. I think it was the flu, but several other team members and several other members of other teams had a similar situation out in Lubbock, but now 100% healthy, and she'll run for an NCAA indoor championship this weekend in Fayetteville. So we'll visit with Coach Ford about all of that coming up. Stay with us. John Morris Show rolls on a Thursday morning. We are brought to you in part by DeCampli's. Italy meets Texas at DeCampli's every day in a warm and authentic experience, serving lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, and offer an off-menu special every Friday and Saturday. DeCampli's in Waco, serving the best authentic Italian dishes. We'll take a break. Be back with more in just a moment. John Morris Show from the home office today on a Thursday. Michael Ford joins us. Let's keep it right here.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
If you want a Boston sports show that's going to insult you as a fan and only cares about getting back at their old hosts or who Bill Belichick is dating, then keep tuning your radio. But if you want a sports show that's wicked good, wicked smart, wicked passionate, then you need the Wicked Boston Show with me, Cam Stewart. It is the only Boston sports talk show that is by the fans and for the fans. One voice in this city where the only BS is Boston sports. The Wicked Boston Show.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycats mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Spring is sprung, and now's a great time to schedule a checkup for your vehicle. As Texas weather changes, it's important to make sure you and your loved ones are safe on the road. Request an appointment online at CompleteCarCareCenter.com today. We're equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on your vehicle. Our experienced technicians can check the health of your tires and inspect your vehicle for any unseen issues. Kish Complete Car Care Center at 5300 Franklin, where we take pride in keeping individuals safe, honestly.
At DeCampli's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at DeCampli's.com.
Hi, my name is Mike Lacey. I'm with Beyond the Game, a new podcast to the Rogue Media Network. Just when you thought you'd had a little bit too much about BYU, here we are to provide you even a little bit more. I, as part of the BYU group, am grateful that we're part of the Big 12 and really grateful that we're part of the Rogue Media Network. Thank you.
Welcome back, John Morris Show on a Thursday. We are brought to you in part by Lake Waco Golf Club, a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course plus an executive 18-hole par 3 course. The bar and grill is open to the public. Keep that in mind at Lake Waco Golf Club. Check them out on the web at lakewacogc.com. Guy that doesn't have much time to go golfing right now. He'll find time later, maybe much later in the spring or summer. Joins us now. It's Michael Ford, Baylor's track and field coach from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Coach, thanks for your time this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
How are things in Fayetteville?
Cold and windy.
Same here. That wind blew through yesterday, and it was really strong. And it's probably 20 degrees cooler here today than it was yesterday. So glad you're running indoors.
Yeah, yesterday we got in about 3:30. Well, at least the first group got in at 3:30. Wasn't expecting the wind to be that strong and that cold. We got here, it was feeling like it was about 40 degrees, but it felt like about 29. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, glad you're indoors. You got 3 of your student athletes with you. Let's talk about all 3 of them and start with DeMario, who really came on, didn't he? I mean, he had a great meet out in Lubbock, the Big 12 meet, to qualify for these NCAA indoors.
Yeah, he's been very consistent this whole year. I think the men's hurdle, the 60 race this year is probably the deepest field that we've had. And so for him going into the Big 12, I think he was sitting 15th and they only take the top 16. So for him to do what he did, he just locked in. He had a fairly good race. Still some things that we could clean up a little bit more, but for him to run a school record, get second at Big 12s, and also qualify for nationals, it was big. So he's running at the right time, running fast at the right time. So tomorrow night we'll see what he can do.
Nice. And you mentioned it there, school record, right? In one of those qualifying heats.
Yeah, he actually broke the school record in the prelim, and then he lowered it again in the final. So
wow.
he's Coach Ben has him ready to go, and we'll see what he does tomorrow.
Very good. And that's the 60-meter hurdles, and that is such a God, that's so tight, and the margin of error has got to be really small in that event, right? Running 60 hurdles indoors.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have a good start. You have to have good block clearance. You have to have good hurdle clearance. You have 5 barriers that you need to get through as smoothly as possible. You also have to run in between the hurdles. And then after you come off of hurdle 5, you got to sprint to the finish line. And so I think it's a deep field. I think whoever makes the cleanest race is going to win. Tomorrow, like we always say, the prelim is the final because you can't really think about Saturday because you got to get through Friday. And he understands how they qualify. So it'll be the top 2 from each prelim heat and then the next 4 times. So either he has to be in the top 2 or he has to be really fast, a really fast third person.
All right. Good luck to DeMario Prince, 60-meter hurdles. How about Tyria Kelly? What a great year she has going. And you and I talked about this on the coaches show last week. Unfortunate timing to get sick and miss the Big 12 meet out in Lubbock.
Yeah, I mean, she's been running great all year. Still hadn't lost a race yet indoor in the 200. Just unfortunate. We probably had like 7 of our student athletes get sick in Lubbock. I think the flu was going around in Lubbock the last 2 weeks prior, and she wasn't feeling good on Friday during our pre-meet shakeout, and got to the track. Still wasn't feeling well during the warm-up time. Luckily, Texas Tech trainer got her a flu test, found out that she did have the flu, and so this, for me as a coach, our trainers are texting me and saying, "Hey, she has the flu." I'm like, "What does that mean?" I mean, I watched Michael Jordan play in the game.
Right.
In a playoff game, in a championship game. So I'm like, what does that mean? And they're like, she's out. And so for me, it was sad just because it was her last Big 12 indoor. But I knew that she still had nationals to go to. So when I sent her a text, I said, hey, we may not win the Big 12 title, but maybe we can win the NCAA title. So looking forward to watching her compete on tomorrow also.
Yeah. I'm sure she's is she 100%, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, she's had some really great workouts the last 2 weeks. I think even we got back from Big 12s on that Sunday, and we gave them off Monday, and she was back at it on Tuesday. Looked normal. Everything was good. She had 2 really good workouts, one last Friday and one on Tuesday of this week. So I think she's ready to run. I think if she runs what she's been doing all year, she'll make final, and then this late, and then we just got to see how that shapes out for Saturday night.
Yeah, she's had a great year. Hope she can cap it off. That'd be fun. We had Tyraya in the 1845 studios and recorded a Sick'em podcast with her that I think is up and available right now. She's delightful. She's fun. She's bubbly. She was really fun to visit with.
Yeah, she came into the season. I think last year was a big eye opener for her. Her first year making nationals individually, indoor, and then outdoor. She made nationals again for the first time, and then going to the USA Championships, and making it to the semifinal in the 200. I think that just opened her eyes up, and she's always had that bubbly attitude, but this year's been more, hey. If coach believes I can do certain things, then let me go ahead and do it, and just trust the process, trust God, and just keep running and trying to run fast.
Very cool. Well, good luck to her, and pass along our best wishes to all three, and that includes Molly Haywood, the Big 12 champ, in the pole vault. I think she sits right now fourth nationally.
Yeah, she actually came in early yesterday with myself and Coach Richards. She had a really good session yesterday. She had she cleared a couple of bars. She cleared 2 at 14.9, and then she had some good attempts at 15.1. And so I think it'll take high 14.15 to be top 3, where I think she's very capable of doing that. She had a first time we've been in Arkansas since I think Aaliyah Miller and Casey Lightfoot and Akira Nugent won nationals. So for her to get on the runways are a little faster. So she was excited about being on the runways yesterday for the first time. But I think she's going to do well. She competes on Saturday, but she looked really good yesterday.
Good. I think I saw 15.1.5 is her best this year, or maybe her career best. And there's a girl from Washington who's jumped 16 feet. She's the national leader. So you got to be in that 15-foot range at least, don't you?
Yeah. One of the Mo sisters from Washington. She's been on some U.S. teams. I think she's probably close to still being one of the world leaders in the pole vault. And I think Molly's competed against her a few times already at nationals and at USA Championships. So that's not gonna, I would say, bother her or intimidate her at all. I think just getting on the pole, getting on the bigger poles is going to help. But I think 15, if you're in that, I would say high 14, 15, you'll be top 3.
Very cool. Good luck to her as well. What would you, with those 3 there, how would you judge success? What would be a successful weekend for you and the team?
Well, I think trying to score as many points as possible is always successful. But I also think with these 3, the common denominator with all 3 of them, there's a couple. They're all school record holders. That's number one. They've been to indoor nationals. This is Molly's 3rd time. This is DeMario's 3rd time. This is Taraya's 2nd time. But none of them have been an All-American indoor.
Huh.
So that's probably the number one thing, is being an All-American. So that means that they have to be in the top 8. And then I think after that, let's see if they, especially with the 2 that are running, if they make final, that means they're going to get points for the team. And then I think anything can happen in the final. So I think for us is, let's try to be first team All-American, and then what kind of points we can get from it. And then for Molly, hey, this is your 3rd time. And let's try to be an All-American. And she's been an All-American outdoor, but not indoor. So for me, that would be icing on the cake for them to be an All-American, but then also they all have great chances to win nationals too at the same time.
Man, that'd be great. And that track there, I know Arkansas hosts the indoor nationals a bunch. It's a pretty good facility, pretty good setup, isn't it?
Yeah, probably one of the top. I would put them in the top 3 in the country with setup. They have a really good fan base. I'm expecting big crowds on Friday and Saturday. The track's fast. The runaways are fast. And I think the indoor national championship is the hardest one to make because it's the best 16 kids in the country. So everybody's on their A game going into it. And I think right now is just keeping kids mentally ready and keeping them fresh, and then locking in for DeMario, locking in for 7 seconds, Taraya locking in for 22 seconds, and then Molly just increasing the bars and getting higher heights. And I think if they do that, they'll have a great season.
Good. So this will wrap up the indoor season. You've got 3 there, and then you don't have to wait long for the start of the outdoor season, do you?
No, outdoor will be actually next weekend. So after this weekend, we'll head to TCU on the 21st. We'll have a pretty big group going there, weather permitting. Normally, that first outdoor meet, you never know how the weather is.
Right.
And then we'll have the Clyde Hart meet on the 27th, 28th, and then we go Texas Relays the week after that, and then we'll have another home meet on the 10th. Go to Florida on the 17th. Come back to Waco for the Michael Johnson on the 24th, 25th, and then go to A&M at the beginning of May, and then we'll have Big 12s 2 weeks later after that.
That's it, man. It's a packed spring and 3 home meets in there, so folks, can come out and see your team and your student athletes there at the Clyde Hart Track and Field Stadium. We look forward to that, but good luck this weekend, and I really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate everything that you do for Baylor Track and Field and Baylor Athletics. Appreciate
it. Thank you very much. Coach Michael Ford, Baylor Track and Field head coach. Baylor has 3 student athletes there at the NCAA Indoor Championships being run at the Tyson Indoor Facility in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Keep up with all of it. Jerry Hill's got you covered at BaylorBears.com, plus on social media through the weekend. All right, let's take a break. Back with more in just a moment. Look ahead. We'll share some birthdays, wrap things up. John Morris Show brought to you by Alliance Bank, Central Texas, and by the Brazos Landing, and we'll be right back after this.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, Pete.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Come buy, sell, and trade at the longest-running card show in Central Texas, the Texas Sports Hall of Fame Collector Show, March 20th and 21st at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. Come meet former Pittsburgh Steeler Greg Hawthorne and former San Antonio Spur Alvin Robertson on Friday. Saturday, former Dallas Cowboy Mel Renfro, Beasley Reese, and Baylor great Lake Seastrunk are scheduled to appear. Show hours are Friday 11 to 5, Saturday 9 till 4. Get your autographs authenticated by JSA both days. Dealers from Texas and Oklahoma will be exhibiting. For more information, visit theautographsinc.com.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Looking for football talk without the fluff? It's Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell, a former NFL quarterback breaking down the game from the inside, plus real conversations about sports, leadership, life, and everything in between. No hot takes for clicks, just honest analysis, strong opinions, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. Football talk and more, the way it's supposed to be. Subscribe now to Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell on YouTube.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Welcome back. Final segment, John Morris Show on a Thursday, presented every day of the week, every weekday by Alliance Bank Central Texas and by the Brazos Landing. Also brought to you by, and you heard the spot, saw the spot for the card show, Texas Sports Hall of Fame Collectors Show coming up. That's next week, March 20th and 21st. Big show, and it's a lot of fun. It's 9 to 5. It's 11 to 5 on Friday the 20th, 9 to 4 on Saturday the 21st. So make plans to go there and check it out. One of the guest celebrities that will be there is Beasley Reese, and Beasley will be on with us tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to that, visiting with him. He's a La Vega High School product, great roots here in Central Texas, great pro career playing, and then a long career as a sportscaster in Philadelphia. So it'll be fun to talk to Beasley Reese tomorrow. He is scheduled to appear on Saturday week, the 21st, along with Mel Renfro and Baylor's Lake Seastrunk. On Friday, Greg Hawthorne and Alvin Robertson scheduled to appear. Get all the details on the web, theautographsinc.com. theautographsinc.com is the website. And that show comes up next Friday and Saturday, March 20th and 21st at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. We like to share birthdays. We like to celebrate people that are celebrating their birthdays. A couple in Baylor athletics to mention today. Colton Shields with Equipment Services. Those guys back there, they are unsung heroes, but do a terrific job. So happy birthday to Colton Shields with Baylor Equipment Services. And it's Keenan Hall's birthday today, Baylor football running backs coach and one of the best recruiters going. So happy birthday to Coach Keenan Hall today on March the 12th. Happy birthday to those guys in Baylor athletics. Some others to mention today, Eric Fernandez. Eric's birthday is today. Derek Stevens in Waco. Happy birthday to him. It is Greg Proffitt's birthday, Coach Greg Proffitt. Happy birthday to him. Longtime career, really, really good man, and impacted so many young men on his teams through the years. Happy birthday to Greg Proffitt today. And that's all I've got. That's a short list, relatively short list, but that's my birthday list for today. If I missed you, I do apologize for that, but I hope you have a great birthday anyway. Looking at this shot here from the home office, I don't know if you can really see this, but this is in the corner. This is sort of in the corner of the shot. And I shouldn't do this, Brandon, but I'm going to try to get it up so folks can see the picture. It's sitting on this credenza here in the office. And what it is, I looked over there and saw it was in the shot. And the story that goes along with this picture is just is funny for our family. This was when my son, it's our kids, Terry and I, and then our kids, MJ and Maddie and Megan, and then our grandson, Truett, there in the bottom. And you can see he's got the Baylor foam finger there. And all three of our kids graduated from Baylor. MJ went on to grad school at Texas A&M. He was in engineering. Smart move to go to A&M to get his master's degree there. So while he was there, and he was only really on campus 1 year, and then COVID hit, and he did everything remote the second year. But while he was there, he said to us, hey, I want y'all to come down to a football game. And I laughed, and I said, there's no way that I'm going to A&M for a football game to sit in the stands and watch. And Terry says, yes, we'd love to. We'll be there. And so we went to a football game. His first year at A&M, they played Lamar, a non-conference game early on. And it's really one of the very few, maybe one of two games that I've sat in the stands with my family at a football game because all the others are Baylor games and I'm working. But we went to the game, and so back to the picture, Truett was there, and Truett was probably, gosh, I don't know, 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. And if you can see, he's got that Baylor foam finger. So here we go to Kyle Field in College Station, and he's got his Baylor foam finger. And I remember we said, he took it with him, and we said, you want to leave this in the car? And he said, nope, I'm taking it with me. So we said, great, take it with you into Kyle Field. And we go there and we take this picture. And the funny part of the picture that I like to tell is I hope you can see this. I'm sorry. Should have sent you, Brandon, the picture. But he's kind of got his head down almost, and he's holding that foam finger up in the air. And it's almost like he's defiantly saying, I'm a Baylor Bear, and I'm here at A&M, and I'm a Baylor Bear. So that's my thought when I see that picture and laugh about the circumstances that go along with it. Pretty good memory with our family there, and way to go, Truett. He's a Baylor Bear through and through, no question about it. All right, we appreciate your being with us today. Lord willing, we'll do it again tomorrow, 9 to 10 a.m. Central Time. If you are so inclined, you can subscribe and like. Ooh, there goes Terry. Can we get you in? Oh, not with wet hair, she says. All right. We'll get her on maybe tomorrow. But Terry Morris is here as we wrap things up. And if you are so inclined, subscribe and like, and we would appreciate that. Talked to Jeter Baisden yesterday. And Jeter is, he's sort of old school radio guy, but I told him where he could find us, and he's going to try it out, and we may have a new viewer in Jeter Baisden today. So thanks to you for being with us. Thanks to Coach Michael Ford for being with us, Baylor Track and Field. 3 student athletes running at the NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships Friday and Saturday in Fayetteville, Arkansas. We'll be back with you tomorrow. It'll be fun tomorrow. We told you Beasley Reese will be with us. He'll be part of the Sports Card Collectible Show next week. And also Blair Kirchhoff will join us from the Kansas City Star. Get his thoughts as by this time tomorrow, we'll have 4 teams left, the semifinalists in the Big 12 basketball tournament in Kansas City. And Blair has his finger on the pulse there as well as anyone. All right, appreciate you being with us today. Thank you very much. John Morris Show presented by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank, Central Texas. Have a great Thursday. Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Sports don't stop, and neither do we. Welcome to 365 Sports, your home for real conversations, original shows, and coverage that lives where sports actually happen. Join David Smoke, Craig Smoke, and myself, Paul Catalina, for in-depth interviews and local stories to the moments national media misses. 365 Sports brings you the voices, debates, and perspectives fans care about every single day. Subscribe now on YouTube, search 365 Sports, and never miss a moment because sports aren't seasonal. They're 365.
At DeCampli's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at decampleys.com.
My name is David Maddox, owner of Waco Foundation Repair. Been in business right at 20 years, incorporated since 2003, and nonstop, very busy business to be in. We stay plenty busy with this good old Central Texas ground that constantly moves and does its thing. If you think you have foundation repair issues, call Waco Foundation Repair today.
Spring has sprung, and now's a great time to schedule a checkup for your vehicle. As Texas weather changes, it's important to make sure you and your loved ones are safe on the road. Request an appointment online at CompleteCarCareCenter.com today. We're equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on your vehicle. Our experienced technicians can check the health of your tires and inspect your vehicle for any unseen issues. Kish Complete Car Care Center at 5300 Franklin, where we take pride in keeping individuals safe honestly.
Hey, it's Matt Mosley of The Matt Mosley Show. We want you to watch our show every day, 1 to 3 on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. And you get to see big name guests like Gary Patterson, Art Briles, Scott Drew, Doug McNamee, major Cowboys insiders, ESPN legends like Sal Palantonio. When news breaks on Cowboys or Baylor or NFL, we want you to look here first. 1 to 3 weekdays, it's the Matt Mosley Show.